So I want to see how easily I can do this particular thing, and I'll do it live, could regret it. And what we're going to do is scrape a website that I'm trying to show the particular owners the next thing we can do, which is have chat. This is a Chamber of Commerce website. It has a directory of all the businesses. And I wanted to not only surface that information in a chattable way, but then enhance it with some preemptive searching or whatever so that I have some more filler information here. And so we're going to send Manus at it because I just want to see how Manus does. I could use FireCrawl, and I might try FireCrawl while we wait just to play around. But basically, we'll throw Manus at it in the prompt, and then we'll give it a go. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take that data, throw Manus at it, go get it into that Google Sheet, go get the, Manus will probably do it, but go get a TLDR of what the site's about, what the company's about. Then we'll ragify the data, potentially in Flowise. I'll try Flowise. I like Flowise, but sometimes I don't because it's like you have to master it. I'm using Flowise here so you can see it in action, which is really cool, where I can say, so here I see videos of things I want to try or do. And you can go here to alfredutility.info. But like, and then I could say, I don't know if that's really well worded, but I don't know if I even yeah, I must have. So I turned this data into rag data, and then I pointed Flowise at it, and then it can find things. So here it would take me to that video. It looks like I'm missing some videos, because I did have some more I added today. So I'll have to go look because those are nice ones. Oh yeah, it is. That's a good video. Okay, back to the point here. So the voice ones to go into. So many things I want to try. So we'll use the Flowise I have to make that happen. And you can see it has some really nice features to Flowise. You can view the past messages people are doing, which is mostly, honestly, just me. The site does get some traffic, but I don't know if the chat's really getting a lot of use. So I don't know if I did that one. Anyways, jeez. Totally distracted. But that's what we're going to do and add to their site. Okay. So once we get that data in the Flowise, we'll just embed the widget. Now, the widget is embeddable, but I don't know, I can't really say to them, go do it. So what I'm going to do is make a quick website in Bolt or Lovable. Probably Bolt, because I'm really enjoying Bolt. And I'll show them an example in a way that hopefully makes sense to them without scaring them. All right, so let's give this a go. Manus is the first stop, and while we wait for Manus, we'll mess around. When Manus, hold on, let me get my lights working here, one moment. So in Manus, I'm going to give it this spreadsheet, and I gave the column a name, a TLDR, service, address, phone, and logo URL. So I'll copy that too, and let's go to Manus. Okay. And there's so many companies here, and this is such a demo. I don't know, maybe it's not a big deal. It's a lot of companies. It looks like, I don't have a count on it, but it looks like it could be a couple hundred. Let's see, let me give it no limits, and let's see what happens. And so what do we got? We have adaptive, agents, and chat. So let's see. Intelligent adapt for instance answers. Okay, yeah, let's just let it do its thing. And I think it can do this. I've done other stuff with it. And I'm not good at prompting Manus, so we'll find as we go. TLDR, TL. And it could automate it too, so you'll see some of that. It will be interesting. And that is about it. I know what we can do while we wait though, so let's give this a go. Here is the Google spreadsheet. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Then we'll go to grab theirs. And I think that is the one. All right, let's double check. Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's give that a go. It's running. Let's get ourselves in gear for Flowise, because that can take me a while to get my head around. All right, so we go to Flowise, and this is an agent. This agent is pretty simple, and it's going to tap into a knowledge base. That's what we're about to make. So let's go do that first. I'll click Save, even though I really didn't do anything. We're going to go to a document store. We're going to make a new knowledge base. If you're new to any of this, if you're a business owner, it's a little different. But if you're new to the industry of building stuff, right now is a great time to go to your town, to go to local businesses, to just do stuff for free to get a name. And this stuff's pretty crazy what you can do and learn and just get your name out there. So just try to, when HTML first was out, I had to really convince local farms and local companies you need a website. So it's just that era all over again. So give it a shot. So now we're going to load some documents. So let's see what they have for loaders. I thought they have a Google Doc, but they might not. They have FireCrawl. Wow, that's really interesting. So we could potentially do something there. I'll have to remember that for next time. Let's see if they have Google. They do not. They do have CSV, so we could do that. I don't know what a file loader is. I guess a folder. So let's just try a CSV. And we're going to load that CSV. So what are we going to load? Let's see here. Just so I don't interrupt with the work that Manus is doing, I'm going to make a copy of this guy. We're going to go here. Now, in this copy, I will grab a few real things. Okay. So I think that's enough. So let's go see how this pulls into Flowise while we're waiting. Now, I know Manus isn't going to be done. If it is, I'll be amazingly impressed. Let's go see where it's at. Sure works hard. Yeah. That is funny. Let's see what happens. I'm going to leave it go and see what happens. If worse comes to worse, we'll use Firebase. We'll come back to that. All right, let's see here. We're going to say download this guy. So we're going to download, this is a CSV file. And we're going to upload this as a CSV file. And chamber. Of course, we'd want to automate this. Right now, we're not. Let's see, single column extraction. Enter column name. I don't know, like I don't use this a ton. Okay, so that's what it does. Cool, cool. All right, looks good to me. Omit metadata tags and the splitter. I don't think I need anything because it's pretty small data. So we don't need to split every particular row into multiple rows to deal with vectorizing. So we can process this and then we can preview. No, sorry, I always forget this one. Then we go to view and edit chunks. Nope, we don't go there. Then we go to upsert chunks. Okay. So this is where it can get tricky. I am going to use OpenAI, and then I might use, I don't think I have a Superbase ready to go for this, and I don't know if I have a Postgres ready. So I might use Pinecone just for the heck of it. So we're going to use OpenAI, and I don't think you use Ada anymore. So we're going to use small. And we're going to do this, and we're going to leave that to defaults. So we're going to just click save as I go. And then for vector store, like I could use Postgres. I just don't think I have anything open for Postgres right now. So I'm going to use Pinecone not for any good reason, just because I know I have an account there and I can just go there and put something together really quick. This reminds me, I do want to get a Postgres just sitting there that I can add more and more tables to. I will have to make a note and do that. So here's my DailyAi rag. And it's funny, I used it for that too, but I did. So let's call this index Amherst. And configuration, that's interesting. So I'm going to say small. What am I going to choose here? Small. Okay, so I'm going to choose small. And then I think that's it. So we have the name is Amherst. Okay, let's go back to here and close that. Pinecone index is the name we just gave it. I don't think I have a namespace. Let's just double check. I can't remember. Oh, here it is. And it's still rendering, but this shouldn't take long. But yeah, if I had a Postgres sitting around, I could just add another table for this company and do it. I'm gonna have to look into that because I want to do some more rag stuff for some ideas. So I think we're ready. I'm gonna leave the namespace. Yeah, it's just default. Okay. And file upload. That's interesting. I wonder, I don't want to do that because a user might upload a file, but I wonder if I could just keep updating the data. That would be interesting. Okay, I'll leave the rest of this to default. So I'm just going to say save. And then the record manager will be how it does the managing me adding new records and removing records. I think it's using its own SQLite, which is cool. And we'll go records. And no cleanup of old content. That's interesting. I do want old content removed, but I'll leave that alone for right now. So we're going to save. Okay. So we have our embeddings to vectorize the data. We have our Pinecone to save the data. We have our SQLite here to just manage when we add new records. It's really not too bad. I'm still a little bit lost on how to keep the data up to date. I don't really know yet how to use their API to plug it in. I think the docs are a little bit tricky. So that's why I typically use N8N because it's just more wide open and I can get it done. We'll try this. If it doesn't work, I'll go back to N8N for this. And then you can plug the chat in still. You still get the benefits of the chat. Let's see how Manus is doing. That's working. Oh, here it goes. It's looking at a spreadsheet. Yes. Okay, cool. I don't know why it asked. Maybe there's like a mode to not ask. This is going to time out from the looks at it. I don't know why. We'll see. This is where I just can get a little bit frustrated with Flowise. It just leaves you a little bit in the dark. We will see in a moment. If it does time out, I will pause and work on it. Maybe I should just have it give me a dump of CSV. I was going to have it use the spreadsheet so I can then do other stuff from the spreadsheet. But if it has trouble, I'll just have it dump me the CSV. I love watching it try to do things. It thinks it's typing. Let's see if that works. Let's go back to Flowise. And yeah. So let's see. 5112. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So this is not Flowise's fault. So basically, these are just dimensions. And in Flowise, this is a good one because it comes up a lot. So in here, let's see, where's the first place I chose my dimensions? So we don't choose dimensions here. Okay. So we choose dimensions here. And I said here I want 3 small, which I guess then I went here and said I want 3 small. So you think that would be okay. But that dimension error, which I should have saved, seemed to be not 3 small. I'm going to put down 1536 because that is the dimensions of OpenAI. And Pinecone should be that as well, which it is. And then I think that's it. I don't know why it shows 512. I'm going to ask ChatGPT just to save me a moment while we wait. 3 small might be 512. Sorry about that. That's probably why. No, it's 1536. So those are just like how the vector, I don't know the technicalities, but they have different dimensions or sizes. So therefore they have to be compatible with the embedding you made with the storage you're putting them in. So this comes out as a certain size and it gets put in here. If it's the wrong size, it won't work. But in this case, I know I did this right. At least I think I did. Oh, look at that. The 512 dimensions. Yeah, it's interesting. That is interesting. Let's go fix that. Yeah, let's go do something here. Let's go delete Amherst. Let's go back to indexes and we'll create an index, Amherst. V2, we'll call it. Okay. We're going to choose small. It must, yeah, okay, it's just right here. Okay, 1536. You could read a little bit more about the differences, which one might be better than the other. But if we go back to here now and I go to here, so it did a good job with the error actually, so that was nice. So the default should be fine. I'm going to put it back there just for the heck of it. 1536. And then I'm going to save, and then I'm going to give this a moment to, let's see, Amherst V2, Amherst V2. And then I'll give this a moment to render. It looks like it's all set to go, and then we'll upsert that. And it should be quick because there's no data there. That's why I assumed it was a problem. There you go, look at that. It's going to now, let's see, so test retrieval. And I don't know if this will really work because I think it's more of a, that's just, there's no AI here at this point, just embeddings. So let's do this though. Let's save this and let's say we're ready to go. And we could lower the particular rankings here as well. I'm going to see if Manus is done. Yeah, that's cool. 52. I don't think that's all of them, but that's okay. Let's see something though. I want to see if we can see this all the way. Now, of course, you could have done this with something else. Didn't get much information though. Jeez. Not even the URL is wholly useless. I'm not happy with that. Not too happy with that. So I'm going to go to FireCrawl, and I'm doing this live. We're up to 24 minutes, and I want to just see if we can go extract it in the playground. So I'm going to crawl or single scrape. I want to take advantage of their, let's see, Amherst. Forgot they had this now. Okay. So I want to extract crawl search map. So I don't want to crawl. That would mean I'm following a bunch of links. What I want to do is extract. Oh, here it is. It's over here. So I want to do something. Examples. Okay. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I don't want to run this. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, geez. So let's see. Array, object, schema, address, phone, website. Hey, if it can do that. So let's save that. That's interesting. So enable web search. Interesting. Let's give it a run. So how would you automate this? Whatever, we'll figure that out. There's APIs and stuff, but I just wanted to give this a run and see. Did Manus do anything right this time? It's doing the second part of the task. Doop-a-doo, took a while to kick in. It did say it was doing something. If we go to Manus, it thought it was done, but it still didn't have, it did a lot. It just didn't put it all into the CSV file, but it actually did a lot. So if I can get it to fill up that CSV file, we'll have the data we want. And then Flowise, I will probably just come back to this since we're so close. Actually, let's go build it's so tricky. You get 10 things going at once to this day with all this AI stuff. That guy's thinking, that guy's thinking. Let's go do something. So we're going to go make another flow. I'm going to duplicate this guy. Let's see how we can do this. Blah, blah, blah. Duplicate. So we're going to call this Amherst. Save it in Amherst. And then it is going to have a different knowledge store. So we're going to have a different role. So we're going to say, let's see. Your role is to help people find different companies in their town. The town is Amherst, Massachusetts. So as the user asks questions about plumbing or electricity or places to eat, you will use the knowledge store to find that information and then give them a sense of why you use that, give them a phone and a link to the particular site and other information that will be helpful to them. Maybe even give them multiple options since there might be more than one plumber. All right, and then typically I would give that to a ChatGPT and say, go make this prompt better. So I'll let that roll for a moment, and then we'll go down here and we're gonna say, what is my knowledge store? And the knowledge store is gonna be the Amherst one we just made. And then I'll let it know what it is. I won't return source documents. I don't know how to make that look nice. Let's see, here's the fixed prompt. Let's see if we can see this better. And then remember to remove the jargon that OpenAI always puts. And then we pretty much have it. All right. So now at this point, we're going to click save and we're going to start a thing. I want to advertise something here that I built. It's just to help us as contractors to find work and for people looking for contractors to post work for free in a way that then doesn't try to take a bunch of money from us during the process. So you go there, you sign up, you can post jobs, and then the contractors who pay the money, about $5 a month, will then reply and put proposals in for those jobs, and you can accept or not the job and the proposals and go forward. We don't charge you for every hour you bill. We don't charge you for posting the job. It's a flat fee. It's like under $6 a month if you're a person looking for work. If you're a person posting those jobs, it's free. So it's just trying to level off this platform. It's just crazy how much I pay at that other provider. So UsWork.ai, really give it a try. Help us find people to post jobs there. That's the hardest struggle right now, is getting people to put jobs into that system. So we're working on that with marketing and other outreach. All right, thank you very much. Say, where can I get AI help? Oh my gosh. Anyone in the area. All right, awesome. All right. I don't know why it thinks they're AI. Oh, wow. I must have, jeez, it's making it up. So let's go look here. I'm going to fix that. And this is good. I'm glad it did that. Okay, so now you don't want it making stuff up. So let's do this. You have control here, and this is part of the skill. I guess you can call it a skill. Oh, they have a magic wand for prompts. That's cool. Do not. So I would say something never. Quick note here, since the screen faded away so quick. You can just prompt never or always and just keep prompting till you get what you want. Between the temperature setting I set and decent prompts, you will have no hallucinations. It's just that simple. That I can pretty much guarantee I've seen it work over and over again. But yeah, I just wanted to emphasize the prompting here. It could search the web and other stuff. The benefit here is these people are members of the Chamber of Commerce. So let's see here. I wanted to fix the AI, so I would click on this and then I would start doing some stuff here. The temperature is where I really wanted to get to. It's pretty low, so I'm surprised it allowed itself to do that. And then strict tool calling. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. Stop sequence space path and allow image uploads. Reasoning. This could be cool. Okay, just for that. Okay. Yeah, that was interesting. The temperature was pretty low and it still went off the rails there. So let's just do this. Let's do this and then let's erase them all and then start again. Of course, there's only 2 documents. It might just be a weird thing where it gets them all for no good reason. Okay, that's what we want. Cool, cool. So now we want to get real data in there and then we want to put it into the site. We'll actually spin that up while we were waiting. So let's see, what do we got here? Are you finally done? You get this spreadsheet? Oh, wow, tons of good information. Nice work. Really nice work. Perfect. So we're going to upload this. So that was nice. That was nice. Download. Oh, I could even save it to Google Drive. Okay, cool. So, and how did this guy do? Probably really good, but not that great. So I'm going to stick to Manus for right now. So let's go back to our Flowise and we're going to click Save. We're going to go to the document store. We're going to go here and we're going to add documents. Let's see. Upload a file, this file, which is awesome. And we're going to say preview chunks. And then every row becomes a chunk. I'm not going to split them into more rows. This is perfect. And we're going to process. And I think, let's see, I don't know what it does here. And I don't know how long that takes, but I don't know what it's doing. I think it's just importing it, honestly. But we can leave all of the other stuff alone. We're going to upsert. And I think at this point, it might not remove those old documents, but let's just see what happens. Oh, this is great. This is great. I don't need the tester. Oh, only 52. That's interesting. Wow, why only 52? Yeah, 52. I wonder if that site, let's see, now I'm curious. Center for Human. That is a bummer. Yeah, it got to about here. Wonder why. I'd have to run Manus again to see if there's a good reason. We're okay with 52 for this demo, but I would really like to push it to get them all. Maybe next time I'll tell it to make sure it gets it all. Manus in Daily, Hampshire. I'm just curious. Maybe we can set it off to go while we work on this. Daily. Okay. Amherst Golf. Wow, almost like 3 times that. Okay, let's let it go do its thing. Now the problem with this is if I give it to the person, check it out, they'll probably go ask for something not in the list with my luck. So what I'll do is I'll give them the Google Sheet and I'll include that. So I'll go do an import just so they know what to expect. This stuff happens all the time though, where the one thing you didn't expect, they'll test. Insert sheet. So we'll leave it at that. I'll probably give this to them after. All right, so now let's do the last part of this. It's all working. And so we're going to take that screenshot and I'm going to actually take this. I'm going to take a screen page thingamajig where it does the whole page. And then I'm going to go to Bolt. Oh, I don't think I downloaded it. One moment. Okay. Upload file. It is too big of a file. So now with Flowise, I don't want to test the retrieval. I think it's done. Save. We did the upsert. I don't have any flows, 52 chunks, 52 rows. But if we go back to this guy and we click on this, we want this, and we're going to just take that and put it into the bottom of the page or somewhere in the page. Okay, now that's happening. We're going to put that on GitHub and then we'll deploy it with Coolify. We'll just call it a project, add project, Amherst. And then we will do this and this and we'll use our awesome bot here, and we'll do localhost, and we'll go choose the bot. I made this in another episode. So easy, honestly. So it's a little confusing, but it's easy. I'm going to choose my DailyAi apps bot, but I am going to wait until Bolt is done so that I have something to deploy. So just give it a moment here. So many things, multitasking can get insane. Did this guy get more? Look at this, such a good tool. Look at that, oh nice. Now we're talking, now we're cooking with diesel. Still has to do a lot more work. And everybody's not at church. There's a lot of churches there. Oh my gosh, all right. Wonder how much this cost. We should look at that later. View all the files in this task. Okay, so this guy I'm going to give up on for now. I wonder if I could do more with it. 403 business items. I got the most. It didn't get URLs. I got some of them. Legitimately, some of them might not have any. I probably could have, I see now. So some don't have URLs. So I could probably have had it do a Google search. Yeah, you think these guys would have a URL. Let's see, Hampshire College Art Gallery. Okay. So what I want to search for is, I want to search for Hampshire College Art Gallery. Yeah, they don't, yeah, it's interesting. They do have a website, but the Manus didn't know enough to click that. That's interesting. Okay. I can help it a little bit more. I could say, go click the link and then go get that. But let's let it finish its thing. And I'm not so worried about the details. I would like to show them off really nice. See how Bolt did. Good enough, perfect. So now I'm going to integrate by going to GitHub, and I'm going to call it Amherst demo, okay? And then we are going to do nothing, start building. I'm already building. Okay, so now we're going to go to that demo, and we're going to go back to Coolify and say DailyAi apps, and we're going to say, it's a static page. We'll see. It should figure it out. If it doesn't, we'll go from there. And we'll say Amherst demo. Load the repository, and then we'll pretty much leave everything alone here. I'll let Nixpax figure it out. I really don't know. We'll see what happens. And then here, I'll just change it to Amherst demo. I'll do demo just so I don't freak anybody out. We'll click Amherst demo, and then click save. Okay, so let's see. So now we'll click deploy, and I don't think I need anything for the chat. It should just work. So let that deploy. This guy I'm pretty much done with. I'll leave it open just for a moment. This guy I'm a bit more impressed with. I think if I gave it a bit more prompting, it would have done really well. So we got two amazing tools to really grab this data. And then Flowise should just be good. Now, we can configure some things in Flowise. So while we wait impatiently, let's go back to Flowise and add some features that I like. Now, I'm going to click configure, but many times I'll save something and it doesn't get saved if I do too much at once. I'm going to take it slow here. I'm going to say starter prompts. Now I'm going to click this and this. Now I want to check something because as we know, I don't have all the data, so I don't want to ask for things that aren't in there. So let's see what we got. Insurance. Okay, that's a good one. And let's see what else we got. Self-publishing, close down. Dental, there's a good one. Now, don't get excited. I'm going to save this, and sometimes it just gets lost. I do not know why. So if I open up the chatbot and I click erase and open that again, we see them. Okay, cool. We'll save. We'll see how this guy is doing. It says it's finished. We'll go to the link and we see the site. Awesome, awesome. So we can choose the bot and say golf courses. All right, cool, cool. All right, so that's it. I can give this to the customer. I could show them something that really makes sense. And then I can make sure they limit the data so that they don't ask for something I didn't import. But of course, I could keep working on the import. You saw Manus getting its game together. I would probably keep using Manus. And then if I wanted to make this something that would constantly happen, I would try to do that. Now, what I want to do really quick is go here, and I really like this feature a lot. So we have this thing where there's a leads, but I don't really understand that one. We don't need follow-ups. Speech to text would be interesting. I'm going to try that, and I'll try that. And I don't know what the prompt is. An optional text guide, temperature. Interesting. And then we'll click save. Now with speech, with that, I'm going to reload because I want to make sure it really did work. So let's reload. And we got speech. Okay, cool. We'll try it in a moment because there's one more thing I really want to do is there's one here that lets them rate the prompt. Follow-up prompts. Chat feedback here. This is a cool one. So we click save. And that will sometimes remove the other option. So let's see what happens. I'm going to click reload. And then click that. Okay, we got some data there. Okay, so what I want to do is this. Allow Office Insight. How can I get some dentist help, please? Do I just send it? Let's see what happens. That was nice. Wow, really nice. Not the perfect UI, but that's cool. All right, let's go give this to the customer, and I'll let you know what they say. But that is how you can get a demo going. That's as a business owner, you can actually do something yourself. It's a start. Nothing's perfect, but you can see it made something happen in less than an hour that typically would have taken me at least a day in the past. And a lot of code, it wouldn't have been as fun. And I'm learning too. Like I see I could have prompted Manus better, and I see I could have drove maybe this right to the way I wanted to. I think I would try this a little differently. And then Flowise, that was nice. It wasn't bad. I need to learn how to update Flowise. So now if you think about it, how do we send more data to this document store? And if you look, they give you information about that. View the API where you can now send data to this API. And then you could update it and whatnot. But I had trouble making that work. I have to go back to it. The docs were a little bit not great. And AI was like, I can't help you. But all right, give it a go. Just something to think about. Thank you.